If you have a stock that's doing well long term, don't post it here. Clearly, you will lose money if you do. So I have been running with few stocks that have done very good in the long run. Not amazing, but a respectable 20 to 30% bull run a week. I have some research and DD done for them, but a bit hesitant to even say the ticker name because of the absolute state of the sub. I think what happened was a mix of different kinds of people after the GME conflict. Many new users have never seen gain bigger than 0.04% in their Chase savings account, so for them, a gain of 10 to 20% is absolutely massive and will get out as soon as they realize that gain, because 10% is a once in a lifetime for them. Of course, this leads to the conflict with the old retards that want to see 10,000% in the call options. And the new will always win because it's about 4 meters to 2 meters in number here in this sub. This is not investments. This is a get-rich-quick scheme. I think this is what's not being understood by the newer people and what the older people don't understand about new people. New people treat this sub as investment. Gaining 10 to 20% a day is absolutely amazing. So they take profit and buy dip, etc. Nothing wrong with that. I also would like to venture that there are definitely hedge funds, not large but small ones, that have started to ride out the momentum for short term for stocks in this sub. The massive volume in pre-market is the first realization of this. I know most of you old retards don't use anything like actual trading platform beside Robinhood, so you're stuck with market days only, and I'm guessing 99% of the new retards don't even know you can trade AF and pre-market. My SANP 500 index fund seems to be doing well. Well, I guess it's time for the market to take a dive. This is hilarious. It went from solid green to solid red 10 minutes after you posted this. Laughing out loud. Algorithms trading directly off of WSB comments clearly. We are the catalyst for all major market moves. So from now on, it's opposite day at WSB. If you want to make money, it's always been inverse WSB until the week of GME. Today we return to the status quo. Mean reversion is real. But yeah, selling options that get talked about on here has paved the way for many of my failed FDs. I made money on GME and LL and PLTR. The trick is just take a day trade with WSB. It's worth it for short gains. FCU is doing great. I am sinking 500k into delicious Eggo waffles. I hope you live in Canada. You're going to need a crap ton of syrup. He brought at the top of the Eggo market. Took delivery of 3 waffles, which he's going to hold with his syrup hands until the day he dies. Syrup hands are the real deal. Diamond hands don't have the grip that concentrated maple syrup sap can achieve. Blockbuster to the moon? I needed Ely to get above 32 this Monday. Lo and behold, what did Ely do at open? Now it's probably just coincidence, but I like to believe the algorithms are tapped into this account. Smiley face. Unironically this. How are you going to beat the SANP returns if you're buying the SANP? Keeping the powder dry, satellite fund, etc. Not that I practice this in any way. You literally just jinxed it, damn. Seriously, these buttholes. Vanguard Boomer is basically 20% a year every year. WTF is an index fund? That boring sort of fugly girl who's going to be a doctor one day. That boring sort of fugly girl who's going to be a doctor one day and might hit the gym and get hot. That boring sort of fugly girl who's going to be a doctor one day, and might hit the gym and get hot, and can suck a golf ball through a garden hose. She'll never cheat on you, you can sleep at night, and at the end of the day most of your friends are kind of jealous they didn't hit her up first. The one who looks as good at 50 as she did at 30. While they're on their third marriage with another young lusty high-maintenance model. I will never be with this woman. Joke's on you, I liquidated my SPY last week. This should be pinned within this thread. It's a short attack on SPY. Don't fall for it. Hold the line, gemstone, gloves. Buy puts on SPY? Got it. You jinxed it. You rapscallion, it better not. But if it does, there's still a dividend. I seems more like this sub starts talking about stocks after the initial rise of a stock. My vote is that bigger players are using this sub to push their PMP and DMPS. After TLRY I'm 80% sure this is what's happening now. My new rule is to sell as soon as someone mentions a stock I'm holding on this sub. Not asking for finid, but would it make sense to do the DD, it checks out, and wait for the dump from all the hordes? It usually looks like it just returns to normal and not lower. If you buy before the initial pump you might be fine trying to time the peak of the dump, but you never really know. I'd say there is a risk though of the stock falling further than it was before the pump due to long-time holders selling out and possible short positions due to it being overly priced during the pump. This definitely isn't thin ad though because I'm actually stupid and I've only been doing this for a couple months. I bought AMC a while ago. I sold some at 17 but I still have some left. It's above where it was pre-COVID and I think it will survive this whole thing so I'll keep holding it. Edit. Sorry, looks like I read it wrong. Yeah, it might go back down and if you really believe in it, could be a good time to buy after the dump. The risks from above statement would apply here too though I think. In this case, where I was holding one of the affected stocks, I used the following method. When it started to go up I set a limit sell at 2x my cost basis for half my shares. After that sold, I set a limit sell for half my remaining shares at 4x my cost basis. It hasn't hit my 4x cost basis point, but I'm okay with that because I have fully extracted my initial investment and the remaining shares can return to their previous value, or even under it and I will be ahead. If it had hit my second limit I would have doubled my initial investment plus kept 25% of the original shares. When it has dropped back down I can invest the proceeds back in and just have a stronger position because my reasoning for holding the position hasn't changed just because someone was manipulating the price. Assuming it drops back down from where it is now I will have 2 to 3 times my original volume, assuming it overcorrects below the previous stable price. We're in the same boat then, you'll be fine Step Bro. Thanks. Inversing Wall Street's bets. The golden strategy. The only strategy. Wonder if the Fs at the SEC will let me do a triple WSB and a triple inverse WSB fund and screw all my investors with massive fees? $Ropex. Okay, so you're now the marketing VP. Nice work, sir. Eggplant, eggplant. Sell like a day after, enjoy the ride, bail on the upswing, and if it's legit long-term buy on the new floor after Reddit has had its tantrum. Yeah, I never understood the rationale on jumping into a stock after it's up way about its normal trading range. MSFT up 8% today, when MSFT is normal, +/1% on a day. Let's jump in, all in MSFT 420 CGG Moon Gang. Like WTF, how about telling me about MSFT before IT moons, not after? Same with that post on $VFF. Closed yesterday at $19 and people expected it to rocket today, but closed at $15. Yeah, when I see it on the front page a lot I know next day's news is going to be Reddit is now after this new thing and then next day the shorts come out. Small shorts are definitely using WSB now. Whatever this sub had is dead. There's too many people and most of them are new. Whenever something gets to the front page it's already too late. So basically, if it's on front page sell. Browse new to find new stocks. Yeah, same. Look at Sunny Dial today. Almost $5 pre-market and then it came crashing down to something a bit more normal. Ye bought an SNDL at just below $2, made $25 on it today by selling small gains, but I'm a newbie. Make sure you set some aside for the tax man. Inverse WSB exists for a reason. The weed gang have weathered this stuff before and most of them made money in multiples, but the whole silver, weed, and random ass penny stocks revived from the dead, GTFO ZOM, pumps were pretty blatant. At this point, it's pretty obvious. Go find a stock that CNBC, some guy with 3 months account age, or other bought media is pushing and inverse them. Nowadays, the way I do it is by playing theta. Guess what? It effing works. I think most of the shills are pretty obvious. I don't even call them out anymore. The ZOM thing had me wondering. You know, with formatting like that post it was a scam. We're autists, not artists? No one has time to format so perfectly for mobile. Seems more like this sub starts talking about stocks after the initial rise of a stock. No, that's actually fairly typical. Followed by "Gee, thanks for telling us afterwards, retard." There are still good tips if you comb through the nonsense. I definitely agree. It just sucks seeing this happen and feeling like there's nothing you can do about it. Seems more like this sub hive minds on whatever the thing is that just spiked, and so it's difficult for anything else to get traction. I don't feel sorry for anyone who's just realizing this now. Buy high, sell low, duh. Sell? What's the problem with knowing what's going on? It's only a problem if you don't know what's going on. This is not investments. This is a get-rich-quick scheme. Which is exactly what this sub was about. If you want 30-year stock investments, go to /r/investing, Reddit link. That's what I'm saying. This sub was not about investment, it's about get-rich scheme. Sorry if that was worded poorly. The sub is about gambling. Anyone claiming anything else either doesn't belong or needs professional help. The entire stock market is about gambling when you take into account they will shut off buying, lie on FINRA reports, withhold that info until it's weeks old, off balance sheet BS, stocks can have a great earnings report and lose value, etc., etc. I now call it gambling in the stock market instead of investing as a FU to the hedge funds, SEC, and every other piece of crap out there happy to do illegal and unethical crap to take advantage of retail. There is money to be made. You better be aware you can analyze and make all the right moves and still lose dollar. Flawless insight. I was with you until you said stocks can have a great earnings report and lose value. Many times, this can be attributed to a pessimistic earnings guidance, a reversion to the mean after an exaggerated run-up leading into the earnings, or even the earnings being great but still missing analyst expectations. There are also other reasons, but this has been happening for years, and isn't something that's malicious or unethical. My mistake, I took the "this is not investments" to be about retards and options, not as the old WSB sub as a whole. I'd just like to point out the posting of a YOLO in years past was defined by a gain of 20%, or more. So, you saying respectable 20 to 30%, in a week, or 10 to 20%, is absolutely massive, is hilarious to me. I mean, if we're talking about consistent profits, averaging 20% a week is pretty effing insane, lol. I was super excited to get 25% in my 401k last year with 80% equity exposure. That's a risk-adjusted YOLO. Lol. I mean, 15% a day is very nice since the SAMP is like 10% a year. I just think expectation have left the universe. I love all this retail enthusiasm, but I hope they don't get caught holding bags and discourages a whole new generation of investors. I've been in this industry a long time and I can't remember this much chatter about stocks in everyday normal conversations with non-finance friends. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.